Take our marching orders, I do anyway, I shouldn't speak for everyone. I take my marching orders from the permanent representative of Palestine to Canada.
He do instead. He mentioned he'd met a waitress. He's known me a long time. I was a waitress.
What's that pin, the circle one? It's not a pro-Palestine pin. What's that pin exactly? Can anyone tell me what that pin is? Because I seem to go with that same pin. It's a bit made that people say, she's not drunk, she's just old. In the way she moves sometimes, you can actually see that she's drunk. In this video right here, she, once again, talks for a very, very rare time in the House of Commons. And one of the reasons why she talks very rarely in the House of Commons is because, first of all, she's basically irrelevant. But every time she talks, is to come at Pierre Poilievre. Take a look at this video right here where she actually comes at Pierre Poilievre while being drunk.
Take our marching orders, I do anyway, I shouldn't speak for everyone. I take my marching orders from the permanent representative of Palestine to Canada.
Of patriotism, I love this country. There's no place in the world I would rather live than being Canadian. But the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition also maybe gave us a chance to get to know him a bit better. What would he do instead? He mentioned he'd met a waitress. He's known me a long time. I was a waitress. I waitressed for more than a decade, couldn't afford to go to university, but only in Canada was it possible that for me to go to law school as a mature student. I want to ask the honourable member, since I didn't join a political party until I was over 50, what jobs has he held in real life outside of politics that make him think he could be Prime Minister?
What's that pin, the circle one? It's not a pro-Palestine pin. What's that pin exactly? Can anyone tell me what that pin is? Because I seem to go with that same pin, and I was wondering what it was, and I can't find anything about it. But see, she just mentioned that she worked in a bar.
I'd be happy to talk about the jobs, Mr. Speaker. My first job in here was to help pass the Federal Accountability Act to crack down on the corruption that we've seen on the Liberal side. Then I helped cut the GST so that Canadians could save when they made every single consumer purchase, 7 to 6 to 5%. Then I worked with Prime Minister Harper to help balance the budget and to rebuild the military so that we would have necessary equipment to help destroy Al-Qaeda after the attacks of 9/11. Helped deliver the lowest inflation of any government in 40 years, leaving behind a balanced budget and the best balance sheet of any government in the G7. In fact, it turns out the job experience I have is best aligned with the job that I promised to do. Now let's...
What he says is true. The moment where the Canadian dollar was worth more than the US dollar because the economy worldwide was in shambles, it was like a world recession. Well, our economy was pretty damn strong. And at 4 times during Harper's reign, the Canadian dollar was worth more than the American dollar because Obama was a really trash president in the first place. But anyways, I'm not saying that it's because of Harper that the dollar was worth more than the US, but most of the dollars and currencies in the world were going down while Canada's was going up. Say what you want, that's facts.